Ezra, when I was listening to you speak about those hours and days after Trump was elected, the first time you and I, connected in, and, we were, it was a moment of shock. It was a moment of just like, what do we do next? And it was a moment, honestly, like, we'll be very frank here, right? Where the Democratic Party as an organization and leaders didn't know what to do. They were in complete disarray and challenged in so much ways. I think it was deep to the bone. So it was really upon a lot of us to just go, hey, you know what? We're not going to wait for somebody else. The way I sort of said it is like, I'm not going to assume that someone else will fight my fights for me. So, I just stepped up and just thought, hey, look, like, let's get some folks together. Let's figure out what we could do. And, I started that Facebook group, at probably like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. on election night because I couldn't sleep. And it was that same feeling that I had when in 2017, my congressman wrote the MacArthur Amendment that gutted the pre-existing condition protections. And I just couldn't believe my own congressman was doing this action that was hurting our healthcare. I couldn't sleep that night. And the next day I sent out a tweet saying that I was thinking, I was going to step up and challenge him to run for Congress. I think I had like 19 followers on Twitter at that time, one of them was like my sister, and look, this September, it was the same thing. I saw the indictment. I felt shocked. I felt so disappointed. I just felt like this breaking point where I'm tired. I'm just tired of politics just constantly falling short. This is such an amazing country of 330 million people. Why is it that we cannot find 435 people in the House and 100 people in the Senate that are people of substance, people of integrity, people of expertise and service? And so I just said the same thing. I'm not going to assume that someone else will fight my fights for me. If I have a problem with what my senator did, in the same way that, if I had a problem with what my congressman did in 2017, or if I had a problem with what happened when Trump got elected in 2016, what am I going to do about it? And so I didn't get a second of sleep that night of that indictment. The next day, I talked to my wife and I just said, I think I got to do something. And so I stepped up. It was not something I had planned on doing. Ezra, you and I know, we're both young dads. We got our hands full with kids. I got a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old that I don't see enough. But I just think about it. It's for them. You look at how crazy the world is around us. There's so much going on. And then look at the people that we have in government. I'm about to walk over to the Capitol after this, and I work with people who just simply should not be there in these jobs. People who are not doing what our country needs. So I decided to step up, and it's been amazing ever since.